Welcome to LunarWave. Join our adventure club with a quick subscribe.
Welcome to Port Cache, a sleepy coastal town where the sea whispers secrets and the fog rolls in every night, thick as a blanket. Just beyond the waves lies Henry's home, an island wrapped in mysteries. The locals say it's named for Henry, a sailor who vanished long ago, leaving only a legend. When the fog speaks, the island listens. Tonight, we join Shelby and her friends as they uncover the fog's first clue. So, settle in, close your eyes, and listen for the mystery. Oh, and keep your ears open for a special clue. In Port Cache, 9-year-old Shelby stood on the rickety dock, her sneakers damp from the morning tide. The air smelled of salt and seaweed, and the fog from last night still clung to the edges of town. Shelby's curly hair bounced as she squinted toward Henry's home, the island barely visible through the mist. Every kid in Port Cache grew up hearing the legend. Henry, a brave sailor, hid a treasure on the island before vanishing in the fog. Some said the island itself held his secrets, whispering clues to those who dared listen. Shelby wasn't sure about all the stories, but the island gave her shivers, and not the bad kind, the exciting kind. Today was the day she'd finally visit Henry's home. Her dad had promised she could join the island kids, Trigger, Alice, Blake, and Brody, who everyone called Tenderbox, thanks to his love for pranks. Trigger, 11 and as bold as a storm, steered the small motorboat toward the island.
Ready, Shelby?
He called, his voice cutting through the waves.
Yeah, but what if the fog comes early? What if we get lost?
Lost? Psh, not with me here. I'm Alice, Riddle Master. I've got a map in my head of every rock on Henry's home.
Blake said,
The fog's spooky. My gran says it hides things, like Henry's treasure.
Treasure? Ha! Probably just old fish bones. Bet I could outsmart the island's secrets with one of my pranks.
said Trigger. Shelby giggled, but her stomach flipped. The island kids were fearless, or at least they acted like it. As the boat docked at Henry's home, the rocky shore loomed, dotted with twisted trees and caves that looked like open mouths. The air felt heavier here, like the fog was watching. Trigger tied the boat to a post, and Alice led the way toward a narrow path.
The legend says Henry left clues.
Alice said, her eyes sparkling.
Clues only the brave can find. You brave, Shelby.
I think so. But what kind of clues?
Riddles, maybe, or marks on rocks. My sister Clara says it's all nonsense, but she's 17 and thinks she knows everything.
Blake, the youngest at 8, tugged Shelby's sleeve.
I saw something once.
He whispered.
A light in the fog near the big cave. It flickered 3 times, then gone.
Brody said,
Flickered 3 times? Sounds like you saw a firefly, Blake?
but Shelby's heart raced. A light in the fog? That sounded like the legend. The kids reached a clearing where an old stone well sat, covered in moss. Carved into the stone were strange words, worn but readable. 3 tides low the secret will show.
3 tides low? What's that mean?
It's a riddle. Tides go in and out, right? Maybe it means we check the caves at low tide.
Low tide's tonight, but the fog will be thick. You scared, Shelby?
Shelby's hand shook. The fog scared her, the way it swallowed the town, the way it made her feel alone. But she thought of the legend, of Henry's treasure, and of proving she could be brave like the island kids.
I'm not scared. Let's come back tonight.
Whoa, new girl's got guts. But if Henry's ghost shows up, I'm blaming Blake.
Why me?
That evening, the fog rolled into Port Cache, thicker than ever. Shelby met the kids at the dock, her flashlight wobbling in her hand. Clara, Alice's older sister, was there, arms crossed.
You kids better not do anything stupid. I'm only here to make sure Alice doesn't fall in a cave. And Shelby, your dad says you're grounded if you're late.
The boat ride to Henry's home felt different in the fog, like sailing through a dream. At the island, they hurried to the big cave where the tide was low, revealing wet rocks and seaweed. Shelby's flashlight caught something, a small rusty box half buried in the sand.
Is that Henry's treasure?
Let's open it.
Shelby's heart pounded. What if it was a trick? What if the fog hid something worse? But she remembered Blake's words about the light and the riddle. 3 tides low. This was it. She knelt and pried open the box. Inside was a folded paper with a single line. The light leads on.
The light? Like Blake saw?
I told you it's real.
Okay, new girl, you're officially cool. But I'm still pranking Trigger later.
Clara sighed.
It's just a note. Probably some old fisherman's joke.
But Shelby didn't think so. The fog felt alive, whispering, guiding. She wasn't scared anymore. She was curious. As the kids sailed back to Port Cache, Shelby clutched the note. The mystery of Henry's home was just beginning, and rumor had it a new kid named Peter was moving to town tomorrow. Maybe he'd join their next adventure, and so Shelby found her courage in the fog, learning that mysteries aren't so scary when you face them with friends. Did you catch the clue in tonight's story? It's a phrase that unlocks Henry's secret. Tune in next time to meet Peter and follow the light's next clue. For now, snuggle up, dream of foggy shores, and sleep tight. Good night, Port Cache.
Love this mystery? Like and subscribe to LunarWave for more adventures under the stars.